Hello, my loves. I wanted to talk about my second favorite girl group of all time today, the Pussycat Dolls. They used to be my favorite, but then I discovered the Sugar Babes, and I'm sorry, dolls, but the babes beat you out just a little bit. I love the Pussycat Dolls so much. If they had as many albums as the Sugar Babes, I probably would like them more, but they only had two albums, and the Sugar Babes have seven, eight if we're counting like the lost tapes, whatever the last album that they put out was. But aesthetics wise, the Pussycat Dolls are just my favorites, and also like performance wise, like we just need to recognize literally we didn't know how good we had it in the 2000s. Like seriously, they were just peak performers. Peak performers. Nicole's vocals were always so good, and they just worked so well together as a dancing troupe. And yeah, obviously, maybe not all of them sang, but like who cares? They put on a show. They put on a show. And that is why I just missed them. I was so sad when the reunion didn't happen, but whatever, it's okay, we'll get over it. Anyways, today I'm gonna be ranking their first album, PCD, classic. This is such a classic. There were so many hits from this album, it's like unreal. I feel like people forget just how much of an impact this album had. It was really, really big back in the day, and same with their second album too, but I feel like this one was even more big because it just had like so many iconic singles. So I'm going to be ranking all the songs from this from my least personal favorites to my personal favorites. So starting at number 15, I have We Went As Far As We Felt Like Going. This was apparently the first song that they ever recorded, and you could tell because Kaya Jones is on it. This is all according to the Pussycat Dolls wiki, by the way. I just was browsing and I saw that Kaya Jones is on this, and I was like, I never knew that. Like, I really never knew that. And I just never really listened to the song enough, I guess, so maybe that's why I just didn't really pick up on that. But this song, it was on the Shark Tale soundtrack, which also had the iconic Christina Aguilera, Missy Elliott car wash song. That song is such a bop. But this one, I never really got into that much. I don't know if this is just me. It always sounded kind of unfinished. I don't know, it always sounded a little bit rough around the edges, like maybe it just wasn't mastered in the best way. I don't know, I'm not the music technician or anything. All I know is it kind of sounds like a demo, and it's not that it's bad. It is very catchy, I will say. I like the cowbell that's going throughout it. I don't know, whatever the instrument that they're using in it is pretty fun. Like, it's a cute little kid song. Although, I don't know, is it a kid song? Like, she mentions one night stands, which is kind of funny to have a lyric about that in a song in Shark Tale. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that movie did have some kind of adult themes in it, so kids can handle it, I guess. I don't think kids know what a one night stand is, but whatever. This song, it's cute. It's a fun time. It's not one that I really frequently go back to, but I will get it stuck in my head, especially the part that samples Take Your Time, Do It Right. That part is really catchy, but that's because Take Your Time, Do It Right is a disco classic, so of course that part is catchy. But yeah, I mean, it's a cute song, it's fun, but it's nothing really that special in my opinion. Number 14 is Right Now. This is a big bandy, fun, kind of jazzy moment. I think Nicole does such a great job with songs like this. She really is just giving it her all. She has such a powerful voice. I will say this until the day that I die, Nicole Scherzinger genuinely is one of the most underrated vocalists of our generation, and I do feel like she does get her flowers, but not enough of them. More people should know. More people need to know the word of Nicole. Her name is Nicole. Say her name. She is so good, and she just really, really thrives on tracks like this. And I don't know if I would call it Broadway, but it just sounds theatrical, it sounds big bandy, and I like that about this song. It's really fun, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of pep, and I just think that they sell it really well. It is a cover of a 60s song. I don't know if it was from a play or something, but they do just such a great job incorporating their style and their brand and their attitude and their sexiness and bringing that to an older song and updating it. And they really do make it their own, and they do that several times on this album. So yeah, right now it's a bop. Even though it's ranked pretty lower, I just kind of rank the covers a little bit lower just because I like the original songs more. But yeah, this one is definitely a bop. Also, the Danity Kane song, Right Now, I'm sorry, it just eats this one alive, so I can never listen to the song without thinking, man, I'd rather be listening to that. I am so sorry. Speaking of covers, number 13 is Feeling Good. You can literally just apply what I said about the last one to this one. Yeah, it's a cover, but they make it their own, and Nicole just does such a great job with it. This one particularly gives me like smoky, like atmospheric jazz lounge in the 1940s, and Nicole is singing on the stage alone, and or maybe there's like a piano player near her, and like the spotlight is on her, and it's in black and white, and a bunch of mafia people are watching. I don't know why I always got like mafia movie vibes from this, or maybe not mafia movie. It sounds like the song that makes the main character in a movie like fall in love and have an affair on his wife or something. Like, I'm picturing Nicole is the singer, and then the guy is watching her and he's like entranced, and he like goes backstage and they like have an affair or something. I don't know, like that is just the vibe that I get from this song. I do not know why, like I've just always gotten that from this one. But anyways, let me stop making plots up right now. Feeling Good, it's a great song. Number 12 is Sway, another cover. See, they were really trying to push like the burlesque troupe-ness of the Pussycat Dolls with this first album. They were really trying to push them as being that and having that image. And I feel like with the second album, they went just more mainstream, like pop and like the sexy girl group. But with this one, I definitely do feel like they still had that more down to earth like appeal. I don't know if I would say down to earth, more like grounded appeal, as opposed to Doll Domination, which was like, we are sexy, fierce, like crazy pop stars. And this one, I definitely feel you get more of the sense of like the theatricalness of them and more of their roots as a burlesque group. So that's what makes this album kind of interesting to me. I definitely do think it's more different than what people would expect from it because of songs like this. And I think that, again, they just do a great job with this cover. Like, they sound great, Nicole sounds great, and I rank it above the other ones just because I think the song itself is just catchier. Like, I like how it's very danceable. This was obviously meant to have choreography go with it, and it's very lively, it's very fun, and yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Like, I will sway to Sway. Number 11 is two covers in one, Tainted Love / Where Did Our Love Go? This mashup really shouldn't work as well as it does, but it does. Like, I remembered seeing the title for the first time and I was like, why those two songs? Like, why these two? And listening to it, yeah, at first it was a little jarring, the transition from Tainted Love into Where Did Our Love Go? But the more that I've listened to it, it isn't really as jarring to me anymore. And I think that's because both songs are essentially about the same thing. Like, Tainted Love and Where Did Our Love Go? They might be from two different eras, and one might be by The Supremes, and one might be by Soft Cell, which was like an 80s, like a very synthy kind of band. But it works because they are both essentially about the same thing, just like a failing toxic relationship. And I really think that they sell that very well. You kind of see both ends of the spectrum on this song. The Tainted Love section, I will say I love a lot more. I just think that they do such a great job with it. Like, I didn't think that I would love this cover as much as I did because, and this is gonna sound so petty, but Rihanna sampled Tainted Love in SOS, and so I guess that tainted literally this like idea of anybody else touching this song. Like, I know that sounds really stupid, but this was years ago. I was a lot dumber back then. So I just remembered thinking, like, you know what? Rihanna already did this, and I don't need to hear another version of Tainted Love, which is so stupid. Like, what the hell? Like, what was I on? What was I thinking? Like, that is just so dumb. I don't know. Like, that was back in 2016. You gotta give me some grace. I was 17. Yeah, I think I was 17. But when I heard this, I was so impressed. Like, they really just like transformed the song into being even more like vindictive. Like, there is such an edge, like there is a bite to this cover, and Nicole just sounds like she is like, I don't know, just really passionate and really fed up and angry. And I love that. Like, she is giving the performance of her life in this. And the production, I think, is so like hard, and it just sounds so good. And I think that it works as a contrast to the outro of Where Did Our Love Go, which is obviously a much, you know, like chipper and more bubbly kind of song. And it is kind of comical to go from one extreme to the other. But like I said, I think it works because it represents both ends of the spectrum. It's like Tainted Love is the anger that you have at your man, and then Where Did Our Love Go is more like this, I don't know, like sweet plea to your man, saying like, hey, can we work on our relationship? Can we make it better? Like, where did the passion go? Where did the love go? So yeah, I think that the song just really, really works in a very unexpected way. And I just think that it really was brilliant to combine the two. Number 10 is Bite the Dust. We finally get to an original song. Well, a fully original song. Okay, this song gives me like football energy. Like, it just gives me like really intense like sporting energy for some reason. And I am not a sports girl. I hate sports, but like this song specifically just sounds like it should be sung on like the Super Bowl or something. Like, it just gives me that vibe. It just gives me that intensity, and I really love that about it. I just love how Nicole is seriously about to kill this girl. Like, she is going to kill this girl. Like, she is saying, bite the dust. Trust me, anything you could do, I could do better than you. Like, it is so catty. It is so funny. I love it. This is the exact type of girl group song that I love. It kind of reminds me of Want It by Danity Kane. I don't know why, I keep mentioning Danity Kane, it's the second time, but like, it kind of reminds me of that, like, just the, like, fired up, like, you're trying to steal my man track. I mean, she literally says it in the song, like, she's got a plan to steal my man. Like, I just love the idea of this girl walking up to Nicole's man and, like, literally devising a scheme to, like, take him. Like, does that happen in real life? Like, does that actually happen? Or is that just something that we see in movies? Like, it's just so crazy. I just love it. I love this kind of song. You know, it also kind of reminds me of, like, a Destiny's Child song. Like, I could totally hear this on Destiny Fulfilled, or maybe even Survivor, too. Like, I could maybe see that. But I think that's just like production wise, like it's just like that really like intense, like the drum beat and everything. I could definitely hear like Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle singing this. I don't know, I feel like they were bodied this. But yeah, Bite the Dust, this is a really, really great song. Number 9 is Flirt. This is such a pop rock banger. Like, this is a guitar driven track, and it is an outlier on this album. Like, there's really no other song like Flirt on here, or really in their whole discography now that I'm thinking about it. But we know, like, I love when the girls go rock. Like, I am a pop rock girly at my heart, and I just really love it when the pop girlies have a rock moment. Like, when Britney Spears goes rock, I just love that, and I love it here. Like, Flirt is just a really fun time. It's so intense. Like, they are just really going so over the top with this one in the best possible way. Especially in those like really fast-paced verses that just like hit you out of nowhere, especially when the song starts, where it's just like, you want to chill in my Lamborghini, you want to look but you don't want to see. Like, it is just so much fun. It is so, like I said, intense. Like, it really just feels like a punch. Like, the song just feels like it comes out of nowhere, it punches you, and then it just leaves. And that's why I love it so much. Like, this is just such a great pop rock track. Number 8 is How Many Times, How Many Lies. I feel like this is one of their, like, actually most underrated songs. I love this song. Like, I was really, really obsessed with the song back when I first listened to this album. I just think that it does a great job of building the tension. Like, it starts in, it's a little slow, and you just have the music, and Nicole is, like, looking over everything and just thinking, like, how could I have been with this man? Like, everybody was telling me to not go with him, and here I was. And then the pre-chorus where she sounds so good. Oh my god, she sounds amazing in the pre-chorus, where she's like, I've gone, thrown out all the wreckage, everything that reminded me of you. And then, like, you get to the chorus, and it's just how many times, how many lies, how long you've been cheating, how long you've been sneaking around. Like, I just love a great holding a man accountable kind of track. Like, I love that. And I think this one does it in a very, like, chilling way. Like, the song sounds kind of, like, sad. Like, the music itself sounds sad, but Nicole sounds like she has gone through the tears, and now she's reached the other side of heartbreak, where she's just like, okay, tell me, like, I want to know the truth. I can handle it. Just tell me how many times, how many lies. Like, that's what it is to me. Like, this is the song where it's like the lingering sadness. Like, this is after you've had all your tears and now you just want to know the truth. Like, you couldn't handle it before because it was too raw, but now you want to know everything that your no good, stupid man was doing. And I just love that about this song. Like, I think that this is such a well done track. Like, this is seriously a highlight for me. This used to be, like, if you had asked me years ago, this probably would have been in my top 5, but the other songs just grew on me, like, way more. but I still love this song. This is still one that I'll listen to this day. Number 7, it's funny how a man only thinks about the beep. I love this song. This song is so dumb. This song is so stupid, and that is like why I love it so much. This was the collab with will.i.am, and if will.i.am is on the song, like, it's might be trash. Like, the chances of a will.i.am song being trash are like maybe a good like 65%, but the chances of you not enjoying it is like 0. Like, I have to say, even at his worst, will.i.am just like is too much fun. Like, I can simply never hate when will.i.am is on a track. Even Mind Your Business with Britney earlier this year, like, that song is, I don't know what to call it, but like, do I enjoy it? Yes. So I don't know, just anytime that he's on a track, I get excited. And this one, I just think it's so funny. Like, I love how playful it is. I love the gimmick of just centering out the whatever the beep is. And like, is it just me, or are they talking about their tits? Like, it's their tits, right? Like, it's funny how a man only thinks about your boobs, your breasts, your tits. Like, that's what I always thought about it as. Like, I don't know, like, maybe it's up for interpretation, but I always thought about it like that. But this song just does such a great job of really showing off the Pussycat Dolls' personality. Like, I feel like this is a really good representation of just like who they are as a group. Like, I just love how they're taunting these men. Like, she's saying like, every boy's the same since up in the 7th grade, always trying to get with me. And I love like the little ha ha ha's like throughout the entire song. It is just like, again, super playful. It's just a super fun track, and it's so catchy. It is so catchy. It is just a really fun one to sing along with. I feel like no one, well, not no one talks about the song anymore, but it's one of the more underrated singles, I feel, because there were what, like 6 singles from this album? And I don't know, I feel like this one doesn't really get the love that it deserves, or frankly, like a lot of the singles don't. Outside of Don't Ya, I feel like most people maybe wouldn't recognize a lot of the songs nowadays outside of like pop fans. So that is very sad. Beep is just such a great time. Like, if you haven't heard it in a long time, like, go back. It is so much fun. You will be laughing your ass off. Number 6 is Hot Stuff, I Want You Back. This is my favorite like deep cut from this album. It's also my favorite cover song, although it's not necessarily a cover. It more just interpolates the Donna Summer song Hot Stuff, which, I mean, that's a big one. Like, that is an all-time greatest song. So to touch that is very, like, I don't know, you need to be careful when you do that. But I actually think that they do the song justice. Like, they make it their own, and they don't try to one-up it. Like, that's the thing. They're not trying to make a better song than the Donna Summer song, but they are just interpolating it and really bringing their own unique spin to it. And I think they do a great job with it. Like, this song just has so much energy. It really does sound like hot. Like, it sounds like it is running hot whenever you listen to it. I just love how explosive the chorus is. And I love the post-chorus where it's like the, ooh, ooh, I want you back. I think it's so much fun. And Nicole's voice, again, like, I cannot give Nicole enough praise. Like, I love her. If you can't tell, I love Nicole Scherzinger. But she just gives like such a great, like, powerful performance. Like, I feel like in this one they put like some sort of effect on her voice. And is that just me? Like, it sounds like she has some sort of, I don't know, echo effect going on. There is just something there that's happening, but it makes her sound like almost menacing in a way, and I think that's so cool. Like, this song is just a really cool one. If you haven't heard it, like, please get into it. This is just such a bop. It is a serious bop. Like, again, this was another one that I was really obsessed with. Like, when I think of the summer of 2016, like, I really do think of this song, and what else was I obsessed with that summer? I got obsessed with The Loose by Nelly Furtado during that summer, so like I think of these two albums a lot when I think back to that time. But yeah, Hot Stuff, it is hot. It is very hot. Number 5 is Wait a Minute. I was shocked that this was at 5. I really thought that it was gonna be at number 3 or something, but I mean, just all the singles from this album are just so good, and this one is no exception, but I just like the other ones a little bit better, just a little tiny bit better. But Wait a Minute, this is seriously one of the most underrated songs of the 2000s, and like, I will say that with my whole chest. Like, I will die on that hill. This song is amazing. It obviously has Timbaland on it. I think he did the production too. And like, if Timbaland did Your Song in the 2000s, it's one of the best songs of the 2000s. Like, that is just the rule. It literally is the rule. He was the king of that era. And this song, it just has like that really fast-paced kind of energy, but also it merges like the big band style that they were going for, and it also retains like that really playful like cheekiness that they had during this era, where it's them just like taunting these men who are trying to impress them with flashy things, and then you have Nicole just like shaking it off and being like, I don't need all of that, like I could buy my own. Like, I love that, and I just think the way that they play off each other, her and Timbaland, is so good. Like, they really have like such chemistry, and they sound like they're just having so much fun with each other. I love the beginning of Timbaland's verse when he's just like, let me talk for a minute, shut up. Like, it's just so blunt. Like, I love that. And one of my favorite Pussycat Dolls like moments in general is Nicole belting baby please, I'm fine, I'm not one of these hoes. Like, she just sings it so like soulfully. It's so funny. I just think that the song is, again, like funny. Like, it's just a really fun, like charming track. Like, that's what it is. It's just a very charming track. I just think that it does not get its flowers. Like, I'm probably gonna say that about every single song going on from here, but like the Pussycat Dolls in general, they just do not get enough flowers. I'm sorry. They literally were the greatest girl group like ever. They were the complete package, and we did not know. Like, we did not know what we had in the 2000s. If only we knew. If only we knew. But anyways, number 4 is Stick With You, my wedding song. This is my wedding song. When I first heard this song, I was like, this is my wedding song. I am going to dance with my husband to this song at my wedding, and he has no say in it. Like, frankly, like, I know that you're supposed to jointly decide, you know, what song you want to dance to, and it's supposed to be meaningful to both of you. No, I don't give a shit. If he does not like the song, he's gonna have to deal with it. Stick With You is my wedding song. This song is so sweet. It just sounds so beautiful. And I just love Nicole's vocals on it. She sounds so angelic, especially in the chorus where she gets like breathier, and I just think she sounds so like great there. It just sounds so comforting. Like, the song is just very comforting, and I just really love the lyrics too. They're simple, but they're well done. Like, that's the thing about love songs. Like, you can make it as simple as you want, but like sometimes that works, and I think it just works really well in this song. Like, nobody gonna love me better, I'ma stick with you forever. Nobody's gonna take me higher, I'ma stick with you. You know how to treat me, baby. Like, it's just so sweet. It is so sweet. I just literally tear up every time I hear it, and I envision my future dancing at my wedding to this. Like, I'm telling you, I had a vision of a love. I literally had a Mariah Carey vision of love when I first heard the song. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm dancing to this one. I love Stick With You. This is such a comfort play song to me. Every time I hear it, I just feel safe. Like, it's one of those songs. It's a guardian angel song for me, basically. I just adore Stick With You. Number 3 is Don't Ya. I don't know if this is controversial. This is obviously their biggest hit, their signature song, the one that they're the most known for, and I obviously love it, but there are 2 other songs from this album that I like better. But Don't Ya, both the solo version and Busta Rhymes version I like, but I definitely like the Busta Rhymes version way more. I just think that it's kind of produced better, and it just has way more energy, and I love the, again, playfulness and chemistry that they have together. Busta does such a great job in it, and it's just iconic. Like, I know that that word is overused, but like, come on, Don't Ya is really kind of iconic. And the solo version, to me, I don't know, like, has it always sounded like very quiet to anyone else? Like, I don't know if there was something going on with like the mastering in that one, but it just always sounded very like quiet for some reason. Like, I can't really describe it, but I like the solo version too. It has its own kind of charm. It's a little bit more like stripped, I guess, and there's just a little bit more going on production-wise with the Busta Rhymes version, which is why I definitely prefer it. But Don't Ya, do I need to talk about it? Like, this is one of the greatest girl group songs of all time. Like, this is up there with like the Wannabes and the C'est La Vies and the Push the Buttons and the Work From Homes as just like iconic girl group songs that like everyone knows. I just think that this song did such a great job establishing who the Pussycat Dolls were. Right out the gate, you knew that they were sexy, they knew it, they were here to taunt your man and to make him wish that he wasn't with your ugly ass. Like, frankly, that is what this song is, and it's so funny. Like, did you guys ever see the interview that they did about the song when it first came out? And I forget who did it, but it's on YouTube somewhere. But they were interviewing, and Nicole was like, Yeah, so basically the song is about like girl empowerment and really just being like a strong woman. And it's just like, I love you, Nicole, but that is such a crock of shit. Like, Don't Ya is literally about putting down another woman and saying to her man, like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Like, you literally are saying, don't you wish that you weren't with an ugly ass girl? Like, that is what this whole song is about. And like, frankly, I see nothing wrong with that. Like, the funny thing about the Pussycat Dolls is, like, they are very like empowering when you think about it. Like, the image of the Pussycat Dolls as like these strong, like fierce women who are amazing performers, and they are so confident in their sexuality and they have no problem showing it off. Their biggest hit is literally a song about trashing some other girl. It's so funny. And honestly, I see nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm just gonna be like brutally honest and say, like, I just love a catty song. Like, I just really love a catty song. And Don't Ya is just so like bitchy. Like, I just love it. Like, she is serving you the C word. Like, she really is like giving you villain energy in this song. And it's so good. Like, it just works so well. And the hook is just one of the greatest in pop music. Like, I will die on that hill. Like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? I just think that is so brilliant. Like, the first time you hear it, it just like catches you off guard. It's like, wow, that was brash. Like, that was blunt. That was to the point. And it's like, did she just say that? Like, it is just very, I feel like at the time it was kind of shocking. Like, it was like, wow, they just like really said that. And that's why I love the song so much. Like, it just did such a great job at immediately establishing their presence in the music scene. And also, I just like love the writing, how Nicole is saying, like, fight the feeling, leave it alone, because if it ain't love, it just ain't enough to leave a happy home. Like, she knows that this man wants her. Like, she knows that this man is unhappy in his relationship and he wants Nicole. Like, it is so great. I just think that this is seriously an all-time like classic pop song. It really, really is like an all-time classic. So danceable, so easy to sing along with. It never fails to get me hype. I love it. Number 2 is I Don't Need a Man. Like, when I tell you, I sing the hook of this song like daily, like multiple times per day. It's like crazy. Maybe that just comes with being single, but like every time that I'm like trying to do something and like I just think like maybe somebody could be here to help me, I'm just like, I don't need a man. Like, it's just like a thing in my head. Like, I just hear it like instinctively. But I Don't Need a Man, like, this one honestly genuinely does inspire me. Like, this one has always been a very empowering song to me, because it's like, you know, you need to realize that you're good on your own. And like she's saying in the song, you know, I got my own life and I bought everything that's in it. So if you want to be with me, it ain't just about the bling you bring in. And I love that. Like, I just think this is like a genuinely empowering song, and Nicole's very powerful vocals really sell it. Like, you just really hear it. And also, like, Melody's little, like, runs that she has in the background that I guess Nicole approved of. Poor Melody. She is always, like, in the background of every song, like, struggling to be heard. And she is just, like, belting Christine Aguilera style. It's so, like, funny to me. But, this song, yeah, it's just, like, kind of a personal one to me, because I just really like songs that are saying you don't need somebody else to be whole. Like, you don't need someone else to depend on. And if you want to be with someone, of course that could help you, and of course that will be great, but it's not about what they bring to you materially. It's what they can add to your life, but you're already good on your own. Like, you could take care of yourself. And I just find like a lot of inspiration in that. Like, I know it's corny to say it, but I don't know, I just really, really believe it, especially coming from them. Like, the 2000s were not the kindest to women, so to have a song like this where it's them sticking up for themselves and saying like, we are independent, we don't need men to depend on, I just think that that is very powerful. Like, there really is like genuine power in this song. And also, it's a bop. Like, this is just such a catchy song. Like, it is so well produced, it is so much fun, and it's very danceable. It has that like really kind of, I don't know if I would say big band energy, but I don't know, there's just like such a fun energy to the song that makes it infectious. Like, I love I Don't Need a Man. Like, I really can't get it like through your head enough. Like, I just think that this is one of those songs that's a part of my core DNA, and it will just never leave. Like, if I needed to make a soundtrack to my life, this would definitely be on it. I love this song. So what is the one song that tops it? Number 1 is Buttons. Buttons has to be my second favorite Pussycat Dolls single. My first is When I Grow Up, but Buttons, oh my god, this is one of my most played songs of all time. Like, this is in my top 25 most played songs ever. Buttons is a slut bop. Like, this is a slutty bop, and I love it. If I hear this song at a club, which I have multiple times because they're still spinning it, like, the song's impact, it's so good. That just shows you how good it is. But if I hear the song at a club, like, you need to back off from me because I'm gonna act so reckless. Like, I'm just gonna be so stupid, and people are gonna be looking at me like, what the hell is he doing? But this song just makes me dance. It makes me move. It turns me into a sexy vixen. Like, this is just such a bop. Like, everything from that, like, a Middle Eastern style production to Snoop Dogg's verse, which is amazing, and the hook, which again is just so memorable. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, but you keep fronting, saying what you gonna do to me, but I don't see nothing. Like, it's just so good. Like, it just works on every single level. Like, every piece of it just comes together so well. And again, you just have those insane vocals in it. Like, she just sounds, again, I feel like she has like some sort of echo effect on this song. Like, is that just me? Like, in the verses especially, it sounds like there's, I don't know if I would call it reverb. I don't think it's reverb. I don't know. Like, again, I'm not the music technician, so I don't really know what, like, the terms would be, but there just sounds like there's some sort of vocal effect on Nicole in this song, and it just makes her sound like she's in like a tunnel, or I don't know, like that's just kind of what it sounds like to me. But it again just makes her come across as like this untouchable, like sexy, like confident woman, and I just love it. And also the song is like honestly kind of funny. Like, I just feel like in a very tongue-in-cheek way, like they are just so playing up the sexuality and like the tauntingness and like the teasing of this man who is just apparently not doing enough for them. Like, especially in the second verse, which is so good. The second verse, oh my god. You say you're a big boy, but I can't agree. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I love this song. I just love this song. Like, I just cannot ever get enough of it. This is a stone cold classic, a 2000 staple. If you're making a throwback playlist, it literally needs to be on there. This is just such a bop. I feel like this one gets its flowers. I actually do feel like the kids know this one. I feel like the youth knows. So, like, I won't say it's underrated necessarily because people know this one. I don't know. Whenever they play this one when I'm like out, people know it. So I'm like, all right, this is good. Like, I still feel like this one is pretty well known. Not as much as Don't Ya, but definitely still a great one. In the video, I mean, like, come on. Like, that is, in my opinion, the best video from this era. Just like the choreo and everything, the sexiness, the looks, just everything about this song is so perfect. I will forever stan Buttons. So that is my ranking of PCD. I am so sorry, like I've been kind of out of it this week. Like, more backstory than anyone needs, but like I got like really sick earlier this week and I was like kind of incapacitated, but I'm better now, but I'm still like kind of groggy, so if I sound kind of like slurry or like weird, then that's why. But I just wanted to put out another ranking, and I feel like doing this one kind of brought me back to life because I love this album, and I feel like talking about albums that I really love just like brings the light back into me, and it definitely did. Like, I just love this album so much. Like, this is really an all-time favorite of mine, and All Domination. Like, I loved All Domination a lot more, but that one is like a top 5 favorite album for me. This one I would say is like a comfortable like top 40 favorite album, and it is still one that I just still spin to this day. Like, I will just pick out any random track and I'll just enjoy. I will say, like, the singles are definitely the best songs, but I see nothing wrong with that. Like, frankly, as cold as this sounds, like, the Pussycat Dolls were really like a manufactured group, and I think that there's a place for that. Like, I really don't mind that. Like, oftentimes the manufactured like pop groups are the ones that I love the most, and that's what the Pussycat Dolls were. Like, they were made to be essentially a marketing product, but they made great music out of it, so I don't really care. Like, it doesn't bother me that, yeah, the singles were obviously the ones that had the most attention put on them. Like, frankly, they're amazing singles, so who am I to complain? Like, they gave us buttons. Like, how could we complain about that? So yeah, the Pussycat Dolls, I just love them so much. I love this album, and it is just such a classic. I cannot believe it's 18 years old. Like, I don't want to think about that. But Let me know what your guys' favorites from this album are, and I will see you next time. Hopefully less sick.